Shalom Yashrala, Shalom. Kala la yimla, ala hayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and woo well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. And to the Aquath listening and learning, the Aquathium, in sincerity and in truth and in silence, Shalom. It's your brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin Camp here in Toronto with another lesson. And I will get right into it. And this article came out on Business and Politics, bizpackreview.com. Right, came out today. And September 7th, 2022, the year of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai turning up. It says here, 4-star general says Americans too fat and lawless to join armed forces, defend nation, right? So this is an army general, 4-star general, highly decorated, right? Saying that the talent pool for troops are not fit. As the perils to our nation rise, the percentage of our youth prepared to face those threats is falling. Recruits, of course, must meet stringent requirements. In general, they must be physically fit and have demonstrated good character. In today's USA, it is a sad fact that as a percentage of the population, the few good men, in quotes, are getting fewer, and the issue is raising alarms at all levels in our military. 4-star General Lieutenant General Xavier Brunson, commander of Joint Base Lewis McGord in Washington State, has added his voice of concern, contending that enlistment is affected by obesity or pre-existing medical conditions in today's young people. Obesity and pre-existing medical conditions. You see that? Some of the challenges we have are obesity, we have pre-existing medical conditions, we have behavioral health problems, we have criminality, people with felonies, and we have drug use. Brunson told the Spokane Spokesman Review newspaper last month. This is not an army problem, it's an American problem. Only 23% of people that are of age to serve are actually qualified, Brunson also noted. 23% of people. %23 of people that are of age to serve are actually qualified. You see that? Listen, Babylon the Great, America the Great. Right? Pre-existing medical conditions, obesity, behavioral health problems, criminality with felonies, and drug use. Right? GMO babies, man. Brunson is backed by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. According to the Department of Defense's Stars and Stripes newspaper, the CDC estimated that 71% of young Americans are unfit for military service, with the major reason being education deficits, obesity, drug use, and criminal records. As another cause of the recruitment problem, the Daily Mail reports that a June survey found today's youth are unfamiliar with the many benefits the Army offers. Among the perks offered are assistance in buying a home, education benefits, and the opportunity for early retirement. More than half of respondents thought that soldiers have a poor work-life balance. Stars and Stripes also reported in July that the military has created a pilot program called the Future Soldier Preparatory Course intended to broaden its pool of eligible recruits. The program is to be held at Fort Jackson in South Carolina and offers 2 3-month courses. One will assist recruits in attaining the required score of 31 or higher on the Armed Forces qualification test, and the other will help reduce body fat to a maximum of 20 to 26% for males and about 30 to 36% for females, depending on their age. Recruits with up to 6% more body fat than those standards are eligible to participate in the program. The young men and women who will participate in this pilot must have the desire to improve themselves and want to honorably serve their country. Right. The morale is down in America the Great, man. Ain't nobody want to join no military, right? The cost of living's through the roof. Standards of life, it's lacking. Obesity, drug use, right? Today's youth, they on pills, man. Percocets, right? Let's get Isaiah 34, right? And war is coming, right? Draft is coming, and who these Babylonians roll out on the battlefield, they ain't coming back. Isaiah 34 verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. Right? And what is forth to come? The war to end all, the war to end all, the war of Armageddon, destruction of America the Great, Babylon the Great, thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles, the chariots with the world aiming to cause UFOs, Yahweh shine the angels. Verse 2. For the indignation means righteous anger, of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, right? His righteous anger is upon all nations. And his fury upon all their armies, right? All these militaries. He hath utterly destroyed them, right? This is being foretold. The end is already written. The end is already written. The end. You can't change the script of the director of the movie. This is the this is the end right before the credits. You can't change it. And his fury upon all their armies. The fury of Yahweh Shemel Shai is upon all these world armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Right. So all these youth who are unfit, who go under their 30-day, 40-day, 35-day boot camp, unfit. They're going to be rolled out onto that battlefield, unfit. And what's going to happen? They will be delivered to the slaughter. Verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink, right? Their stink, what? Dead bodies. You leave a dead body out, 2 days it's starting to stink. 18 hours, that's starting to stink. And their stink shall come up out of their carcasses being dead bodies, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, right? All these governments are going to fall. These ruling class elites, America the Great, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed. Right? Let's get Revelation 11 verse 14. The second woe is past, World War II. That's in the history books. And behold means look, the third woe cometh quickly, right? World War III. Right? Listen, the Babylonian soldiers, they're not ready for the bear. They're not ready for those Slovaks, those Edomites over there in the east. They're not ready. They're not ready for the Moabite armies. We just read the report. Obesity, drug use, felonies. Over in them countries, over there in the east, Moab and Gog and Magog, it's a mandatory requirement that youth enroll and serve. Right? But we have you have Babylonians who've lived deliciously, excess of all things, abundance, right? obesity. It's not a surprise. Revelation chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18. I'm looking for that scripture. Look for that scripture. Deliciously, live deliciously, right? Right. The rest of the world's looking at America as soft, right? Revelation 18 verse 7, and it reads, "How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously." Let's talk about America. Babylon the Great glorified herself, lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see nor sorrow. Right? And that is the mentality of your everyday American, Babylonian. Right? I'm at the top. I sit a queen. It ain't gonna never happen to us. Verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. And what are these plagues? The missiles. Death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Right? That's the missiles, man. And the kings of the earth, these other nations, who have committed fornication, right, lie down with the whore being America the Great, Babylon the Great, and live deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Right? Because the destruction of America the Great, the missiles hitting America the Great will be televised. These other nations are going to see this. You're going to see this destruction live, broadcasted, breaking news. Right? Lament, bewail her. Why? Because the money's done. No more trade, no more merchants. Right? That's the end game right there, man. But yeah, I pray you're edified. Adawan Ratazah, Shalom to the hopeful elect.